You ever been in that situation where you really like a woman, but she's just not showing the same energy back? Maybe she seems uninterested, distant, or just flat out cold. And it messes with your head because you're sitting there wondering, did I say something wrong? Should I try harder? Should I reach out again? Look, man, every guy's been there. I've been there. It's frustrating. You care, you see potential, and all you want is for her to miss you, to think about you when you're not around, to realize your value without having to chase her down and beg for her attention. Here's the truth though. Trying harder when she's not interested, that's the fastest way to kill any attraction that might have existed. You can't force a woman to want you, but you can create the conditions where she starts to feel your absence. And when done right, even the ones who weren't interested at first start to wonder, did I misjudge him? This isn't about playing games or pretending to be someone you're not. This is about flipping the dynamic. It's about moving with confidence, showing strength in silence, and learning how to make your presence felt by not being present. You're not chasing. You're becoming the kind of man that women regret walking away from. So if you're dealing with a woman who seems uninterested and you're tired of feeling powerless, keep reading. I'm going to show you exactly how to make her miss you, even when it seems like she doesn't care. And by the end, you won't be asking, how do I get her attention? You'll be asking yourself, is she even worth mine? Let's get into it. 1. The art of being unavailable without playing games. There's something powerful about a man who isn't always available. Not because he's playing some manipulative strategy, but because he actually has a life. You see, most guys, the moment they like a woman, even if she's barely giving them the time of day, they start rearranging their lives just to be closer to her. They're texting constantly, checking in, making themselves available 24/7. And the sad truth is, the more available you are, the less she values your time. Being unavailable doesn't mean you ghost her or ignore her to get a reaction. That's childish. What I'm talking about is a deeper shift. It's about moving your energy away from trying to win her over and back into building a life that naturally demands your attention. A life where you're focused on your grind, your fitness, your mission, so you're not sitting around waiting for a text back. You're living in a way that makes your time limited and your presence valuable. Because you've realized that giving all your energy to someone who hasn't earned it is a losing game. Because you're done trying to convince anyone of your value. That's what separates boys from men. You don't need to post on social media to make her jealous. You don't need to ignore her texts for 3 hours on purpose. Just get busy. Genuinely, get lost in your passion, build something, challenge yourself, fill your schedule with things that matter. And soon enough, your absence will speak louder than any words you could have said. Women miss the men who have lives. They crave the men who don't need them. And if she wasn't interested before, this is how you plant that first seed of doubt in her mind. Did I miss out on someone rare? That's how the shift begins. Imagine this. There's a guy who hits the gym early, goes hard at work, spends time with friends, and pursues his goals with intensity. He's not faking anything, he's just genuinely focused. If a woman shows interest, cool, he'll give her time when he has time. And if she doesn't, he doesn't chase, because his life is already full. That's the guy women start to think about when they're alone at night, scrolling through their phone, realizing he hasn't texted in days. That's the guy they miss. Contrast that with the guy who's always texting, always asking to hang out, always free whenever you are. Women don't miss that guy, they get bored of him. Why? Because he doesn't bring any mystery, he doesn't feel like a challenge, and above all, he doesn't respect his own time. So why should she? Now here's the key. You don't do this to get a reaction. That's what turns it into a game. You're not acting unavailable, you are unavailable because you've chosen to put yourself first. 2. Leaving a lasting impression. Small moments that stick in her mind. If you want a woman to miss you, even when she's not interested, the secret isn't always in big gestures or over-the-top efforts. It's in the small, genuine moments that hit different. The kind of moments that don't scream for attention, but somehow stay with her long after you're gone. You have to understand something about women. They don't always remember everything you said or did, but they always remember how you made them feel. And the truth is, even if she's not into you right now, you can still leave her with something real to think about. Something that sticks in the back of her mind like a song she can't stop replaying. Let me give you an example. There was this guy I knew who went on one date with a woman who, later on, said she didn't really feel the spark. Most guys would have felt rejected and disappeared. But here's the thing. During that one date, he had made her laugh in a way no one else had. He told her a story about his childhood that was both funny and real. And at the end of the night, when they parted ways, he didn't try to hold on or beg for another date. He smiled, told her it was a pleasure meeting her, and walked away like a man who valued himself. Fast forward a few weeks. She reached out. Why? Because that date stuck. She kept thinking about how easy it felt, how different he was, how secure he seemed in himself. She missed that energy, even though she thought she wasn't interested. What makes a woman miss you isn't desperation or effort. It's the subtle confidence in how you carry yourself. It's being fully present when you talk to her, instead of constantly thinking about how to impress. It's asking questions that no one else asks, like what drives her, what scares her, what her dreams were before life got in the way. It's the way you looked her in the eyes, not to seduce her, but to see her. And when the conversation ends, when the date is over, when she goes back to her routine, that's when the memory hits. Not because you tried to be unforgettable, but because you were. That's the art of leaving a mark. It's not about forcing her to care. It's about being so grounded, so real, so secure in your energy, that even if she doesn't want to like you, she finds herself thinking about you anyway. Most men are forgettable because they blend in. They do what they think they're supposed to do. They're predictable, nervous, trying too hard. But you're different. You focus on the little things that most guys overlook. That's how you leave a lasting impression. And once you've done that, silence becomes your strongest move. Because she won't be missing just a man, she'll be missing a feeling she can't quite explain. 3. The slow fade versus the sudden disappearance. Which works better? When you're trying to make a woman miss you, especially one who isn't showing much interest, it's natural to wonder which move has more impact, slowly pulling away or disappearing all at once. And if you ask most men, they'll tell you one of two things. Some will swear by ghosting, saying the shock of silence stirs curiosity. Others believe in easing out, creating space gradually so it feels more natural. But the truth? It depends on what kind of man you are and how you want her to remember you. Let's start with the sudden disappearance. This works best when you've already made a strong impression and the woman has gotten used to your presence. Maybe you were texting regularly, having deep conversations, spending time together, and then out of nowhere, you stop. No drama, no long explanations, just silence. That absence can be loud. It creates a vacuum, especially if she started to rely on your energy without even realizing it. When a man like that goes silent, it forces a woman to look inward. Did I do something? Where did he go? Why do I feel this gap now? That's when the missing begins. But here's the thing. If you disappear too early, before she's felt anything for you, it doesn't work. You can't pull away from something that hasn't been established. In that case, the slow fade is more effective. That means reducing your availability bit by bit, responding slower, giving shorter replies, focusing more on your life, and letting her feel the distance naturally increase. It's subtle, but if she's paying attention, she'll notice. She'll sense that shift and curiosity will creep in. He used to be more into me. What happened? That kind of slow burn can get under her skin in a way that silence can't. I've seen both methods work, and I've used both myself. There was one woman I had been texting daily for a few weeks. It felt one-sided, like I was carrying the whole conversation. One day I just stopped replying. No bitterness, no goodbye. I was done giving energy that wasn't matched. A week later, she reached out. Hey, you disappeared. Everything okay? The silence got her attention, but only because she had felt something before it. On the other hand, there was another woman who never fully showed interest, but I liked her vibe. Instead of cutting her off, I started showing up less. I stopped reaching out first. I focused on myself. Over time, she started reaching out more. That shift in energy pulled her in. So which one is better? The answer lies in timing and intention. If you've built a connection and she's taken your presence for granted, a sudden disappearance can hit hard. If you haven't built much yet, the slow fade keeps your dignity while letting her feel the growing distance. Either way, the goal is the same: Stop giving energy to someone who isn't matching it, and start living in a way that makes them feel the loss. Because at the end of the day, it's not about making noise, it's about making her feel your silence.